As someone who's played a position and suffered a major injury, can you talk about how you empathize with what happened with Dak yesterday, and have you two had a chance to talk much yet?
Yeah, obviously, we're all heartbroken for him. Obviously, it's a tough situation, and he's a special person, and obviously he'll be able to handle it, and he's going to find a way to come out of it better, and that's the beauty of Dak. And obviously, it's a challenging thing, and we've exchanged text messages and text a few times. Obviously, he's dealing with the surgery aspect and all that, and hopefully, once things settle down, we'll certainly talk a whole lot more and check in and see how things are going. But obviously, I think you guys know I think the world of him, and we'll all have to just go through this together.
And also now we'll ask you more about Dak, but just what the process is for you as you look at the offense and recalibrate it, if you will, to kind of take advantage of what Andy does. And does that mean you look at everything as far as its pace, how often you're in 2-minute offense, the percentage of things you run, all of that?
I think we're in a fortunate spot. Obviously, not many people are, to have Andy on our team, to be in this situation, to feel comfortable at the end of that game, to go in 2-minute offense, just roll, because Andy's going to be able to go out and make plays and execute, and he handled it the right way. He was 9 of 11 and took care of business, and obviously we're fortunate for that. Now obviously we kind of got to regroup, go through this process of seeing with the adjustment here, and just Andy and I working together and just spending time together. Obviously it's a different dynamic. Obviously Dak and I have spent a lot of time together over these years, and now it's just Andy and I got to spend time together, go through this process together, and I don't think we're going to drastically change. We feel very confident that Andy can go out there and execute football plays and do a good job for us, and we'll figure out what our plan is as we move forward.
Clarence, you there? Jory.
Kellen, how encouraging was what Andy did in the game, and particularly his connection with Michael Gallup on the final drive?
Yeah, obviously, I think that's a big moment for all of us. For Andy to go out there and make plays, and they're a little bit off schedule on certainly the throw to Michael the first time. Andy did a tremendous job. He ended up getting kind of pushed out of the pocket. Him and Michael are on the same page. Michael kind of adjusted, started getting into a little bit of a scramble move, and they were able to connect on that. And then obviously the last one was a big one. And they were playing. We were probably 10, 15 yards away from being potentially in field goal range. They're going to be a little bit more aggressive, and we took our shot and our opportunity. And Andy and Michael were on the same page, and obviously a tremendous play by both those guys.
Coach McCarthy talked about how yesterday was closer to complimentary football than y'all had played the first 4 weeks of the season. How would you assess where you're at, and how helpful was it when the defense is getting the turnover and scoring that touchdown?
Yeah, obviously huge. I thought they did a tremendous job. We keep running into these turnover things. We got to be running out of these soon enough. So hopefully we don't deal with this too much more. Because obviously the turnovers have hurt us really. Self-inflicted wounds, and we just got to play good football. But obviously I think we had some drives in there, long 10+ play drives that they'd eat away 4, 5, 6 minutes on the game clock, and I think those are big. Those are big for us to have patience on offense, that we can run the rock, get into play action, mix those things in, because sometimes depending on how a team's going to play you, those guys were going to play a little bit more on top of us, trying to avoid the big play, and we were fortunately able to run the ball a little bit in those situations. I think that was big. It's big for our whole entire team.
Kellen, you mentioned the long drives. You had that 14-play drive in the second quarter where you ran it 10 times. Was that a sign of how you want to play or have to play in your mind?
I think it's the right way to play in that situation, based off how they're playing us. And obviously we feel like we got a ton of talent all over the field, perimeter guys, running backs, quarterbacks, O-line, tight ends, and they were playing a lot more two high safeties, a little bit more on top of things. They weren't going to give up the big play in that particular situation, and and we needed that. And establish the run, kind of get that going. Obviously, we throwing it more than anyone the first few weeks, and we got that down. But there's a time and place where you gotta pound this ball. We got 21 in the backfield. We still need to build. I think it was a really good drive just to run, get into play action, get those things working together. Because obviously there's times where you're going to need that. Now, certainly, we're still going to throw it. We're not going to get away from that. But, when you got a guy in the backfield like that, a drive like that, I think it was huge. It was huge for our offense, huge for our defense. Our defense is on the field a little bit too much early, probably just for what we did on offense, turning the ball over a little bit. But I think that was a big drive.
And how important, you mentioned him a couple of times, how important is Zeke now to what you guys want to do and be? Is it even more heightened without Dak?
I think we still need to play the same way. We still need to attack people, be aggressive. People give us opportunities downfield, we're going for it. And we got guys like Michael, Amari, CD, Noah, Said, all these guys who keep going out there. If guys are going to give us opportunities, we got to be aggressive. We got to take it. But at the same time, we know what we got in the backfield. We're fortunate to have 21 and 20, and if people are going to try and hold the fort a little bit and keep those guys in front of them, if we can hand it off to those guys, we're going to do it. But we got to keep attacking guys in different ways, and we can't settle on one particular avenue. We got to be able to attack people in a lot of different ways.
Kellen, how would you assess how your O-line played yesterday?
Thought they fought, they battled. I thought it was good. Those guys, obviously, it's a different group every week, unfortunately, for those guys. And them working together, I think just the more they spend time together, the more they work together. I think we're all really proud of those guys. They should be proud of themselves, just the fight and the battle. And obviously running the ball like that, it's not the prettiest, it's not the, flashiest, but those guys just grinded it out, and we were efficient in the run game, and they did a good job in the protection game.
What is it about Gallup in the fourth quarter that it seems as if he just finds another gear to make plays for you?
Yeah, I think it's just that whole group's personality. They don't get flustered. There's only sometimes guys aren't getting a ton of touches early in games. You just keep hanging with it. Opportunities are going to eventually come to you. And Michael's had that a few times here where, for whatever reason, early in games, it's just not coming that way. It's going to other guys or maybe running the ball a little bit. But he knows eventually he's going to get some opportunities, and he keeps taking advantage of these things. When guys give him one-on-one opportunities, I don't think anyone's afraid on our offense to give him the rock and let him go make a play.
What is the value of Noah Brown and Cedric Wilson's blocking ability to allow Omari and CD a chance to collect their win on the sideline?
Yeah, I think that whole group, we feel really, really good about all five of those guys. And really, at the end of the day, whoever's on the field is on the field. They can all go make plays. I think, having that much depth there allows those other guys to come in and out of the game. So they're not playing every single snap, which I think helps us in that third, fourth quarter as the game wears on. Those guys, haven't taken every snap, and feel great about those guys. All those guys go in there. They're getting in the run blocking, going in blocking safeties. That's a huge part of our run game, and certainly Noah and Said, they've done it plenty. But Michael, Amari, CD, when those guys get in there, that's big time.
Do you guys make a conscious effort to run more when those two receivers are in the game?
Really, not necessarily. A few times there may be a game plan thing specific, but really, like we said, we feel comfortable with those five guys rolling. And if a guy needs a blow, send the other guy in. And we got five guys who can play all three spots in many ways, and we're fortunate to have that. And so, when you roll those type of guys, hopefully they're able to stay fresh a little bit as the game progresses, and we're able to take advantage of it as the game goes down the stretch.
Christy? Oh, you there? Christy, you there? We'll go back to David.
Kellen, we asked about Michael Gallup, but as a rookie, can you talk a little bit about what CD Lamb is doing and just the impact he had on yesterday's game particularly?
Yeah, obviously CD's been really, really good, and phenomenal player. He's tough. He makes challenging catches. He'll go block in the run game. I think he really does a lot of stuff for us, and we're fortunate to have him. I mean, 8 catches for 124 yards, target him, a few more times in that game, and you take advantage of opportunities, you make plays, you get more, and we feel very fortunate to have that group of wide receivers, and certainly CD's taking advantage of it.
Go ahead, Christie. Todd?
Hey, Kellen, you've talked a little bit about with your pass protection, and obviously that's important for every quarterback. What changes for the protection now with Dak out and Andy in? Obviously, Dak was a guy that could move around by time, strong, sturdy guy. Does anything change protection-wise for you guys?
I don't think so. Andy can move. Andy can move around, make plays. He made a play in the 2-minute drive where he got out of there. He's done it, for a long time in his career. TCU, Cincinnati, he's done it. And so I think we feel very comfortable with the protection game plan moving forward. It can be very similar. I think both those guys, obviously Dak's been running the show for a while here and has such a command of the protection game plan. But obviously with Andy's experience, I think it's going to be a really seamless opportunity there.
And one more real quick. You talked about you and him getting on the same page. How do you guys go about that? Is he in there with you guys tomorrow as you're going through things, or is it virtually? How do you kind of get up to speed with each other to know what each other wants and likes in a quick amount of time?
Yeah, obviously just talk through the stuff. Obviously, we certainly have gone through this whole season together, but I think it's just spending time as we put this game plan together, calls, text messages throughout the week, certainly early in this week as we put together the game plan, things he's most comfortable with, make sure we're talking along the same lines. And as the week progresses, obviously once we kind of hone in and get very specific about what our approach is for the game, that's just something, Dak and I always did on as the week ended, just so we're all on the same page, feel good about what we want to run, and we'll just continue to do that, obviously with Andy this time.
Thank you.
All right, thanks guys.